Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first Crafter Brother 05 or Crafter Brother 05 Legacy podcast. This is my very first time doing this, so it may be scuffed, but hey, I'm doing a podcast either way. And today I am joined by one of my most wonderful friends ever, one of the voice actors of Doki Doki Hibernation. It's none other than ADRIAN Guzman. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi everybody, I'm ADRIAN Guzman. I'm one of the voice, as Crafter said, one of the voice actors of Doki Doki Hibernation. You may have my voice in as Sayori's therapist in the Sayori's trailer, as Natsuki or Natsuki's dad in Natsuki's trailer. And I've also been working on other stuff in this project, stuff that I can talk about right now because it's secret.
Actually, you can talk about it. I think after this video, not after this video, after this podcast, we can actually talk about it because probably the demo release, the public demo release has already been out, so we can probably talk about it. Yes, he also voiced one of the most important characters in Doki Doki Hibernation, which is...
Sorry, I spaced out for a moment. You mean the most special character?
Yeah. You remember his name?
Which is? I expected you to say, Kova.
Kova,
yeah. Say, which is? Kova, what did you say, which is?
Which
I
is?
thought you were going to say it. I thought you were going to say it.
Right. So today, the reason why I chose Adrian for the very first podcast here, it's because he's just easy to talk to and he's pretty convincing. A lot of my other staff of Doki Doki Hibernation, a lot of my friends especially, is pretty hard to convince. Adrian here, he's just as easy as light, so I can just completely use him for the very first podcast. And also, he's pretty freaking funny too. So this is gonna be a pretty interesting...
Wait, you're saying I'm an easy man? How dare you?
No, he's not. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's just that he's just really easy to talk to. You know, he's a very friendly guy. That's why I chose him for this specific reason. But there's also gonna be a lot more special guests later on down the line. We have a lot more Doki Doki Hibernation team that I have talked to and they agreed. But also we're gonna do more podcasts with Adrian because he's just this fun of a person. All right. So yeah, in this very first. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so on this very first podcast, we're probably mostly are gonna talk about the things that we like. Especially we're gonna talk about Doki Doki Hibernation. Adrian has prepared us prepared me some questions. I also prepared him some questions. We're also gonna talk about a lot of other things, you know, personal life, DA games, DA games Iris, just all the normal podcast stuff. Because this is also...
just talk about stuff we like and give our opinions and try to not be cancelled in the meantime.
Oh yeah, of course, Twitter's probably gonna be mad with some of my takes, you know? It's just just that controversial, I'm gonna say. Alright?
Yeah, I know how it feels.
Alright, so also I apologize, especially on behalf of Adrian. He's not in a great position right now. His mic is a little scuffed, but next time we're also gonna make sure that his stuff is probably gonna be pretty good. His mic quality is gonna improve significantly better, and also the recording and stuff like that's gonna be also significantly better. All right.
Yeah, when I get wanted to buy another microphone because right now I'm broke as hell. So
I can understand that. Okay, so let's start with the topic of being broke. So right now I'm a university student, right? And it's really hard to just manage so much money. Like I was given quite a lot of money, but the problem here is it just still stands that managing money just sucks. Okay, I've given monthly money, but managing it is really hard. I'm right now broke. I don't really have I have a few dollars, but it's only the start of the month, and I won't receive any money until the rest of the month, and that's really hard for me to do.
Man, it's hard to manage money. You have to manage it to make it last the whole month. But the thing is, I know possible being broke because it's no secret that I'm from Venezuela and that Venezuela is having a rough time. Right now it's a rough time for the country. Yeah, I'm also a university student, and I have I think the word for it is scholarship. I think
Scholarship.
that's the word, right? Scholarship.
Yeah, scholarship.
Yeah, but it's something of a scholarship that makes me earn like $5 per month. $5 in this country pays
$5 per month, really?
Yeah, just by studying. But the thing is that $5 is not it's not much. It's not a lot of money in this country. So I'm surprised that you're impressed by it, but, because for me it's not that impressive.
No, it's not impressive at all. The $5 per month is really low, man. Are you serious?
Oh, sorry, it's just I couldn't. I'm not that good reading. I'm good reading facial expressions, but I'm not good reading. I'm not good reading voices. I thought you would impressed, but yeah, dollars only that. It's incredibly low, the thing.
Damn.
It's not that my family is struggling. We don't live in a luxury life, but we also don't live in the low class. We are like in middle class.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know how it feels to be broke because those plus the money I get from my birthday and Christmas presents. But yeah, only $5 a month.
Yeah, that's insane though. Like, I can't imagine living like $5 a month because I have electricity to buy, I have food, etc. In fact, I'm literally alone right now. My family is far away in my hometown. Right now, I'm alone in this little dorm. I can't really show it because my camera is fixed here, but like, it's insane how hard it is to just manage money. And we're still a university student. Imagine if you actually start working, I actually have to pay taxes. Like, oh my god.
Man. That's horrible.
That's taxes.
I think advantage because I think I never told you this, but I live with my family. The house we live is really small, and that's why I sometimes take the time to when you say I have to record something, I sometimes sit down other stuff so I can record peacefully. So yeah, I live with them, so it's easy for me to live like in that way. I do everything I can to help in the house. I don't like to feel useless. But yeah, if I had to live on my own, I had to find a job or else, well, die because $5 a month is just not it, man.
Yeah, true. That makes sense. Like, damn, $5 per month. That's. Is that always gonna be? That's probably gonna be one of the highlights. Probably just put it $5 per month. Put it in the highlights.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a massive topic towards us. All right. So after that, what is it called? Like after that $5 a month thing, we should probably just move on to the other things that I'm gonna talk about, which is the main topic about this podcast alone. It's you should probably say it's
Doki Doki Hibernation.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry putting you on the spot.
Eating, and let's see if it can be seen. Something my mom made some chocolate thing here,
Oh,
and I'm eating it.
Ah, yeah, because you're the chocolate connoisseur. That's what you said.
Yeah, I'm a chocolate connoisseur. If you go to my Twitter account, you'll see that's one of my titles, chocolate connoisseur.
Oh yeah, you can also follow Adrian on his Twitter, which is will be all linked in the description down below because he needs your support, guys. Come on. All right, so
I need attention.
he needs attention. Okay, he needs attention. Even though he has more followers than me, he still needs attention.
I still need it.
All right. All right. So listen, this is probably like my biggest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Sure, maybe I have other other things I'm proud of, like I don't know, like what, winning a competition back then in kindergarten and getting first place and winning a bike. Yeah, that's good, I guess. Yeah, I got a bike. I got a what's it called? I got a bike with training wheels on them. So it's like,
No, I think one was a pencil back when I was like 5, I think.
I mean, I didn't really use that bike anymore after this anyway. I mean, I like biking a little bit, but after that, I just indulged myself in digital games, so I never got outside.
Yeah. You wanted to use it, but then the video games came and said no.
Oh yeah, true, exactly. Genshin Impact consumed my life. We're probably gonna talk about Genshin a little bit later too, but like we're gonna focus more on like Doki Doki Hibernation in general. This project is my absolute best. Like out of all the things I've done in my life, this is probably one of the most influential thing I've done. Like, we've been working on this for 4 years. Okay? We've been working on this for 4 years, and it is.
And I've been there since almost the beginning, because I think I joined the team when you were already on your first year, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I think you joined back then in like 2021 or something. You like joined. It was a long time ago, but then you decided, you know what? I'm just gonna apply for a voice actor, and he did amazing.
Yeah, I saw you guys were, and then the rest is history. I saw you guys that you guys were hiring voice actors. I originally was playtester. For the ones who didn't know, I was playtester back then, and that's how it got. That was like my entry to this thing, to this whole thing, because they were asking for playtester. They were already one, and I said, oh, I still got the opportunity. I asked for it, I got it, and that was the first step. I saw they needed voice actor. I said, oh, well, I can try. Well, here I am. I'm not a playtester anymore, but I'm still a voice actor, so that's still there.
Yeah, I mean, I put you on the credit scene as a playtester, so I guess that's that. You did try a little bit of the mod, and there is a lot of Iris reference that you got from the mod. Thankfully, because not a lot of playtester did got that, but like you're the only first ones to actually got that. But yeah,
man, I knew.
I remember back then when Adrian actually asked for a voice actor, and at first I actually doubted you, because you know you have a really thick accent. You had I was gonna say bad microphone. I would say below average microphone, but then his performance alone is so stellar. His performance is very good, and I decided to just, you know what, let's just use this for the rest. And he's just easy to talk to and really easy to convince. So I was like, yeah, you know what, let's just ask him to do some of the acting voices.
I feel honored, truly. I feel very, very honored.
Like, thank you for working. Like, genuinely, it's insane. And then we've come here. Finally we're nearly done here. We just need some of your voice for acting, not for acting, for some of the transmission later in the full release. And actually, your voice is actually praised by the DDMC community. A lot of people actually like Kova recently. Well, not a lot of people. Like 2 people DM me, and they actually really like Kova's personality, and especially your voice that actually brings it to life. It's.
Man, I also like. I love voicing Kova. I love it. He's the kind of character I always wanted to voice. I just love him.
I don't know what's the thought process of me creating Kova. I was like, maybe make like a quirky assistant for like this big overseer thing, but I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to make it like the Doki Hibernation as charismatic as possible, especially when it comes to like the characters. I want them to be pretty iconic, and Kova's already like one of the most talked characters in the server, especially and in Reddit. I've seen people actually talk about Kova. And I mean, I did pretty good at writing it, but Adrian did an amazing job at actually what's it called again? Like voicing the character. Especially, I think one of my favorite parts about you voicing Kova is probably late. It's probably on the 3rd one when you say, wait, tomorrow? That was.
Oh yeah, I saw that part in the script and I said, This made me laugh the first time I read it. I was like, man, I had to make it as funny as it sounds. I had already how it could sound in my head, and I said, I had to make it sound as funny as I think it is. And I'm glad that it was. I mission accomplished, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, you're just like, oh yeah, okay. Wait, tomorrow. it was it was so out of the blue. It was so good, and then like a lot of people say that, and then it was like, wow. This, and then one of the playthroughs I actually seen from H Factor, he said that, wait, this guy's actually really interesting. Like, he actually, I mean, of course the overseer is, he said that, but like Kova is actually a lot more interesting because, like, I still don't really give him a lot of background and stuff like that. I just, like, he's one of the first few ascendants that the overseer ascends, and then he just became his very first assistant. I mean, I do have a lot of plans writing Kova, but I don't know where it's gonna be.
Yeah, I also want to know where the story is leading. You got me intrigued. You got me hooked. I may be working here, but I'm still a fan, man. I'm still waiting for the game to release, like if I were a normal guy out of the team.
Oh my god, yeah, not a lot of people do that. I mean, you pretty much got spoiled by the story, or have you seen like the script, like on the draft folder?
No, I think I haven't seen the full script yet. I try to not to get spoiled by it. I'm probably gonna read it, but I don't know if I'm going to. I really want to play this thing on my. I want to play this thing with my brother once it comes out, because he's also he's not as big as a fan as me, but he likes the idea. He heard about this and he likes the idea, and I say, well, when the final release comes, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna download it, install it, and then we're gonna play it. See how it is.
You actually told your brother about Doki Doki Hibernation? That's insane.
Yeah, I tell my brother about a lot of stuff. He's my partner, my confidant. He's a lot of stuff. I love him. So yeah, I told him about this. He was actually the first one to know. I didn't tell my mother about this until I think Sayuri's trailer was around.
Damn.
Yeah, she was incredibly proud to hear me talking. You know, because my family, my two parents are not exactly fluent in English, so especially my father. But the movement disrespect here. The man is a great man and a great father, but when it comes to language, he's not the best.
That makes sense. Oh.
So, yeah, hearing me talk English, it's a fluent English. They were both saw the thing. They were incredibly proud of me.
That's really nice, man. Like having like small project like this, and your parents being proud of you. That's really good. They're not exactly proud of me. I mean, they're still good parents, but like when it comes to like projects like this alone, it's really hard to take a lot. Especially Asian parents, because I'm an Asian. It's really hard to convince about like small projects like this. That probably makes me like because this is a personal project. This is not something that I make for a living. So they'll probably just shun this away. So I decided to just keep this all by myself and my friends alone. Even some of my friends don't really care. Well, except for like my team, they're different. But like my friends, in real life friends, they don't usually care that much. But I'm glad some people did care though. But yeah, good for you, man. Your parents actually cared a lot about this.
Just to let you know, I do care about this. That's why I'm a voice actor. When I saw this, I was like, I think I discovered this project when I finished playing. I was starting getting into the DDLC mods. I played Salvation. Well, I played. I already saw walkthroughs of the thing, but I wanted to play it with wanted to play it to see if maybe the people that did the gameplay skipped something, and I like it. I think the ending was not exactly like bad, but I think they could have done it better. And I heard that they were remaking it, so maybe they're gonna fix that. Maybe they're gonna fix that.
Oh, dear.
Expand a little bit. I think the ending was a little bit uh, like abrupt. And then I played Doki Doki tutorial. I think it was like a modding tutorial that hided other thing. And then while I was browsing some mods in the internet, I just stumbled around your channel, and then I watched Hibernation, and that got me instantly hooked.
Makes sense. Like, there's a lot of really good mods out here. Like, okay, Salvation was probably one of my favorite mods of all time. There is a remake out already. I have played it. It was great. It was very good. It was a little long though. I'll say, like, it was like 20 hours.
What was the mod? The name of the mod again? I couldn't hear it. I couldn't hear it.
Salvation remake. Salvation remake. The remake is out.
Oh, it's already out. I thought it was in development. I'm gonna play it as soon as I can.
Oh,
I love
it
Salvation.
is very good. It is very, very good. Like, it's a little long though. It's 20 hours. I have to warn you, it's 20 hours. It's ridiculously long. But like, it's and some parts probably gonna feel dry. At that point, I'd say just watch some playthrough of the good parts of the mod, because it's just ridiculously long, man. But it is worth it, I guess. It's not. I'll say it's not as good as the original Salvation. It doesn't give the same feeling as, you know, original Salvation, but it is better. It is objectively better. In my opinion, I still prefer the original Salvation, but like the Salvation remake is very good too.
Yeah, you prefer the original, but it's not like the remake did something bad. It's like it's just the original has something that you like, that little something that you just can't describe. But the remake is something that if you want to play the remake, go ahead, do it. It's the best. Yeah, I had that feeling. I know how that feels too. Yeah, that's how I got into stumbled into this project here. I just went browsing mods here and there, and then I eventually found this one.
I'm glad. Well, Jesus, man, I still can't believe it's been 3 years. Like, what a project.
Yeah, what a project. I still can't believe myself that it's been already that long, and seeing that the demo is already out it's just whoa, man. I just can't believe we're this close to actually completing this thing.
Well, not exactly this close, but it is very close. Like, we're all like 70% on the way through. We just need, literally what we need is just finishing the transmission, finishing some of the script that we need to do, release some extra trailers, and then finally done. We're finally done.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's something. Hey, something I was, and you can edit this out if you want, but something I wanted to propose. No, not to propose, but say, since I'm studying programmation, one of the stuff I'm seeing in university programmation.
Yeah.
Well, I mean programming. I said, hey, if I learn to program in Python and I eventually, would you be okay if I eventually, because I know I'm gonna eventually do this, if I eventually do a Spanish translation of this mod?
Well,
that idea.
That's completely fine, man. But the problem here still stands to the point that what's it called again? Oh god, like the transmission is English. If we actually want to have a Spanish translation, that's right now. I've been rejecting every single one that wanted translations, because the reason is that, like, the transmission are all in English. We both voice Overseer and Kova in English. We can't. Oh god, I forgot. I can't speak. Okay. We can't really. I mean, we can put Spanish translation, but yeah, I guess we can put Spanish translation. But the problem here is that I don't know if I have the file ready again, because I am creating a separate file for this transmission video. I guess I can.
No, it's just an idea I had that translating the whole thing, because I don't know, because I see a lot of people in this side of the world are fan of Iris too, and also fans of Doki Doki Turtle Club. So yeah, I think it will be cool. But yeah, it's just an idea I had in my mind, but I think it was the moment. I didn't want to put you on the spot or anything. That's why I said you can edit this out if you want. But I wanted to just say it, like, I think right now is a good moment to suggest the idea that's been on my head for like a year now.
Oh yeah, and don't worry, I don't think I'll edit this out. I think it's a pretty interesting topic to talk about. Like, translations in general are quite hard to do. I mean, a lot of people already asked me about Chinese, Japanese translation, but the problem still stands. Like, it's really hard because our transmissions are all in English, and I definitely need to fix the file if I want to give them the translation that they need. And I don't know if some of those people are actually good at editing the video. So yeah,
I forgot that we're gonna add this. You're gonna add the transmissions in the game, right?
Yeah, exactly. You just download the game and they're in there.
Yeah, that's the thing. They said like because I forgot. Thanks for reminding me that, because I forgot that we're gonna add like actual video not cinematic, but actual video interludes and in the game. And yeah, because I thought it was gonna be only text. But I forgot that little thing. It's gonna be video there.
Yeah.
And that video has audio, and it's gonna be hard because that's gonna need translation too. Yeah, no, just some idea I had in the back of my mind for a time now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that we actually have to edit a lot of things out if we actually want to have a translation. Okay, so we're probably gonna move on to the next topic, which is asking questions for each and every one of us. So I already told Adrian on DMs that this is gonna be a pretty boring podcast without some like Q&A and stuff like that. So I've prepared some questions for him, and he prepared some questions for us, and we're probably gonna go back and forth to each and one of us and probably explain on actually what happened and what's the stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna ask Adrian a question, and then Adrian's gonna ask me a question about the Doki Doki Hibernation, about life or whatever, and about whatever the stuff what it is. Okay, so who's gonna start first?
I don't know. We can't flip a coin. I don't have a coin here to flip.
I don't have a coin either.
I'm broke, so I don't.
Wait, I mean, actually, I can technically. Hold on, I have a wallet here. All right. So, oh god, where's all my coins? They're all gone. Oh wait, I know where they are. I know. Okay, so I found a coin. Hold on. Let me just put this back here. Probably gonna edit this out, but that's fine. Yeah, hold on. Let me just fix this real quick. All right, so. Okay, so this is a Malaysian ringgit. This is a number. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a number. There is a number right here. This is number. I think this is number. Yes, and this is flowers. All right. This is flowers. I'm trying to focus it. This is flowers. All right. So, Adrian, which one do you pick? Do you pick flowers or do you pick numbers? Can you say that again?
Flowers.
Flowers. Okay, there we go. Okay, flowers. All right, here we go. Oh, I lost it. Hold on. I lost it again. Oh god, it is so hard. My desk is so small. Oh, it's lost. It's lost. Yeah, that's that one's lost. Let me try. Let me find another coin. Oh god, that was 20 cents too. That's pretty big. Oh goodness.
Man.
All right, still flowers.
Still flowers.
Still flowers. All right, nicely done, buddy. Oh god. Hopefully I don't lose it again this time. Oh, okay. I got it. Okay, you said flowers, right? But the audience can't see it. Let me just try it again. Oh god, it's gonna be so hard. I got it. All right. This is so scuffed. You want flowers or do you again flowers, right?
Yeah, flowers.
Okay. Oh, it's flowers! Alright, here, just a little thing here, flowers. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's flowers. My camera's not very good. So it's your turn to actually ask questions, and after that we can just go back and forth. So yeah, Adrian.
Right. Question. Let me think about it. I already got one. Besides Iris, is there other inspiration for this mod? Like the story? Did you base it on a show, an anime, a movie, maybe? That is another inspiration besides Iris in this project?
Okay. A lot of it is probably gonna be my personal life. Like, okay. So not a lot of people do this on Doki Doki mods, but like I put my personal life in this story. So you see the girls like Monica, Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. They're all inspired by real life things, you know, because this mod is pretty much the most true to life thing I'm trying to think about, like, you know, world problems and stuff like that. So besides from Iris, it's pretty much inspired by my personal life and probably some other things I'm probably gonna talk about. But like, mostly it's probably my inspiration. It's just my life, you know. So, like Monica, I write Monica with the idea that perfectionism and putting up like, if you're just too big, you got too successful, for example. You'll suffer from it eventually, one and another. If you got too big, you put all of your weight into putting that expectations. You put all of the, you know, you put all of your effort just to put out like a frame perfect image in front of people, just in case they don't take anything unusual out of you. Imagine if you just break down in front of the camera or do something that is pretty much unusual for you to do. It is very it is very stressful. That's why I wrote Monica. Probably like out of all the Dokis I've written, out of all the mod, in my opinion, I think Monica's the saddest one, because that also has I also have have a factor about her backstory, because you probably won't want to know about how her parents actually died, because my god, it's so brutal.
Oh man, yeah, I want to know that too.
Yeah.
The thing that, yeah, when I saw how you wrote Monica, I said, because when I first saw the mod and I saw the description for every character, I saw, well, wow, okay, but for starters, they have last names now. That's something. Yeah, because I don't know if they have canonical last names.
Yeah, they don't. But like, I just really like adding last names into everything. Like, okay. Yeah, because they're Japanese, like, right? I put them on a real life. I'm trying to be as true to life as possible. So I'm putting them in a real scenario, 1-to-1 with Earth. And since they're all Japanese, I decided to put them names. Well, except for the main character. The main character doesn't have a last name, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
you really wanted to put Super Mario Bros. Here, because they also don't have last names.
No, why would I even like what Mario blah blah blah, like Mario Plumber Junior? Nah, dude, I won't do it.
Well, but really, when besides that's a good name. When they asked Shigeru Miyamoto about it, he said that they don't have last names.
Yeah.
I mean, they are brothers, but they don't have last names.
I mean, a lot of mods do right now do have last names, but Hibernation is definitely one of them. And then some other Dokis that have inspired by my life, especially is Sayori. I'm not saying that I do have depression in my entire life. I don't think I have ever had depression in my entire life. I'm not the happiest though. Like, I'm not the happiest person on the planet. I do have some depressive thoughts. I am okay. Depression is not the same as depressed, right? Depressed is like when you feel down, when you feel like crap, when you feel like shit. But I don't have depression, but I do have depressive times. I'm not bipolar by any means, but I do feel a lot of depressive stuff, like stress, like these voices, these rain clouds in your head, like they're loud. They're trying to make you suffer, and that's when I wrote Sayori with the idea that we all have these depressive thoughts in our entire lives. That's where we probably that's where I actually will write about Sayori, because just Sayori is a character, out of all the characters I've read, Sayori is definitely the most resonated with me, because like we all have these depressive thoughts, and probably to a lot of people too. I also
that's why I love Sayori. I don't know. I think I told you this before, but from all the Dokis, she's my favorite.
yeah
I not only love her design and her overall attitude, but her backstory too, and the fact that I can resonate with her a lot, because I don't, as far as I know, at least, I don't have depression, but I do have those days where I just feel down, where I just feel like I don't want to do anything, but I feel not necessarily sad, but when I feel like without feeling nothing and that stuff. I also do have those days, a lot in fact. So that's why I resonate with her a lot. And this mod, man, when I saw how you wrote Sayori, I was like, all right, I like this. I really like this.
Thanks, man. I'm trying to make it as true to life as possible. That's the main thing I'm trying to do with this mod, because it's really hard to make a story that's true to life. That's why the writing took ages, because I need to think a lot of stuff. I need to make sure that there's no plot holes. I'm trying to make sure that there is like no other reason, there's no other like chit chattering, all this stuff like that. I'm trying to make this mod as true to life as possible. It can be depressing when you view it, but it's just what happens these days on the real world. That's why I wrote it like that.
You're trying to not make it you're trying to not to make it nihilist nor pessimist, but you're at the same time not trying to make it something idealistic nor totally positive.
Exactly.
Totally positive. You want to make it like the middle ground, like that's life. It's not black nor white. It's gray. That's also something I like. I something told me that was the route you were going for, a gray kind of writing, a bittersweet kind of writing, and that got me hooked. That got me intrigued too.
Yeah. I'm not trying to make this as, as light as possible. No, I'm trying to make this both dark and at the same time also light. I don't think the Hibernation is like a dark mod. Like out of all the mods I've played, Amor Fati is definitely still the darkest mod I've ever played.
Oh yeah, I saw get late plays of that. I decided to see the darkest parts to see, but I think I only saw like the ending, the ending part, because I didn't have the guts nor the balls to watch the rest of it. It was too much. I think no, man. I already got problems. I don't want to go. I don't want to have more problems.
Like, dude, Amor Fati is like, in my opinion, I don't think anyone should ever play Amor Fati. It's not that it's a bad mod. It's just that it's a little too much for a Doki mod, and it is actually removed. It is removed from the DDMC remote community. It never got any downloads again. It is still on YouTube if you want to watch it, but oh my freaking god, it is so horrifying. It's probably one of the scariest things I've ever played too. Just too dark for me.
But we know that Doki Doki's Return to Gloom is already dark, and there's a lot of dark modes out there. But Amor Fati is like, you're going way too hard on it, man. It was way too much, even for our standards. I was like that. This is just way too much.
It is.
As far as dude, that was one of those mods that answered the question: what if we could save Sayori? But the answer of the mod, this was one of those mods that the answer was no, you can't.
Yeah.
But no, you can't, and this is why. One explanation later, I'm traumatized.
Yeah, true. Oh, dude, like, it's insane. It's literally a mod where it questions us. Yeah, like exactly what you said. Why can't we save Sayori? What if we try to save Sayori? At the end of the day, she just died at everything, you know? And we have to just accept that. We just have to move on from death, from someone's death. We just have to move on. And yeah, that's just basically it. That's the
Yeah,
mod.
you have a point coming back after seeing all that. The MC of that game really went through hell, literally went through hell and back, and it's like, man, I think this thing got the list. This thing got the phrase "go to hell and back" way too literally.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I think that's probably also one of my favorite MCs because he's just so interesting. But like, yeah, it's they're a little insane at the same time too. Like, halfway through the mod,
Yeah.
they kill Monica. But like, um, yeah, they did. Like the MC did kill Monica. But like, at least there is some interesting things about that MC at the same time. Yeah, I guess that's just the MC that on Amor Fati. There is a lot of good MC, but Amor Fati is definitely one of them.
Yeah, it's amazing, it's crazy. Yeah, going back to the how you wrote the Doki, you were on
Yeah.
Sayori now. I took his next.
Yeah, Natsuki. But Natsuki, okay, so out of all the dogis I've written, Natsuki is the most disconnected for me because it's not that I don't resonate with her at all because I just okay, that's false. It's not that I disconnect with Natsuki at all, but like I don't have abusive parents. I did get bullied a lot back then. In my entire life, I am one of the most bullied person. Like I got so much shit. But
Here.
yeah, I get so much shit. But like, in terms of parents, I think Natsuki is definitely one of the hardest to write because it's not that I have ever had an abusive parents. They're very good parents in my opinion. They raised me very well, but like, I did get bullied. Okay, I in my entire life I got bullied. I know how that feels. I know how it feels to be laughed at. I know how it feels to be ridiculed. I know how it feels to be turned down into so many different kinds of things. And a lot of people did happen. Not ha- A lot of people happen to know to these kinds of feelings as well. So that's why I wrote Natsuki with the idea of an abusive parents and a bully and being bullied at the same time for not being the thing that those jerks want. Natsuki, yeah, it's definitely one of the least connected I am with the Dokis. It is very hard for me to justify.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's that or not only that, but her attitude. It's different. It's difficult to write without going to the point of annoying. That's something I've noticed it about the character, not in this mod, but in other mods, that sometimes they make her way too annoying. Like I know she is part of her personality be quite annoying and quite bratty, but you have to. It's difficult to write that attitude without making her annoying or dislikable.
yeah,
So it's quite hard.
exactly. So yeah, that's probably the reason why I do think that like Natsuki is very hard to write because like there is a lot of really interesting factors that I have to put in, but like I definitely feel her in some way because I don't have an abusive parents, but I did get bullied, so that's why I try to write Natsuki. I think if you also put in the factor, I think also abusive parents is also pretty depressing. So I guess besides from Monica, it's definitely gonna be Natsuki, who I think is the most depressing one. And then we move on to Yuri. um,
Yeah.
Yuri. Oh god, like I don't. Okay, hold on. I need to take some water. I have a water right next to me here. Hold on, I'm sorry. But like Yuri, in my opinion, it's also kind of hard to write because I have never tried cutting or any self harm. I have never done it. I don't really have any of the thoughts, those thoughts either.
I never had those thoughts, but I think I had the first girlfriend I ever had. She told me that she used to do that, but and she told me that at that moment at least she wasn't doing it, but that she done that, and not even she knew why. So yeah, it's something hard to explain. It's something that sometimes people that does that doesn't even know how to explain that, why they do that, why they like it.
Ah, makes sense. Like, yeah, like they do it. Well, from my research, they do it because to relieve stress. They cut themselves because they felt too numb. So they decide to try to feel some way, because some people in this world just feel so numb, and they try to use cutting as a part of a coping mechanism. So they cut, and they at least feel something other than, like, numbness, emptiness. They at least want to feel pain, and at some point they also have these episodes where they feel accelerated by some of the cuttings that they actually feel. So that's why I wrote Yuri in this kind of way. I mean, I wrote Yuri also in a sense. She also got bullied, right, in the past. Like, bullied, but not like Natsuki bullied. She got bullied because people talk behind her back. And oh my god, I hate when people talk behind my back. Like, come on, just face. Yeah. It's like, just talk to me if you have any criticism. It's so hard.
Yeah, that's what I always say. If you have something to tell me, be brave and say it on my face. Don't talk about my back. Say it on my face. If you are so brave to talk to talk shit about me on my back, talk shit about me on my face.
Yeah, it's like so stupid. Like, why if you have any some sort of decent criticism about people, like, just dude, just talk to me. Yes, it's probably gonna hurt, but at least it's not gonna be as bad as talking behind my back. I mean, that's just the nature of gossip, Like, I hate it with all my life.
I hate it too.
Yeah, like, Yuri definitely was inspired mostly by Vengeance, Iris' song Vengeance. Yuri was pretty much inspired by that. Yeah, Vengeance is still one of my favorite songs of all time. But like, Yuri definitely is inspired mostly by Vengeance, and a lot of other stuff too. But mostly it's mostly just personal life, and also a little bit research on cutting. I've never done it myself, but from the people I talk to and a lot of research I've done, it's definitely one of the things that inspired me to do that. Also, Yuri, I did try to make Yuri have a different habit other than cutting, because I think it's redundant on the DDLC mod. But like, if you think that Yuri has no cutting, that doesn't mean it's actually Yuri. That, like, it's not iconic enough, That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's like something. It's part of her, but it's part of her character, and taking that away, it's not like you're taking something vital, but it's like, if you're taking, it's easier to try. It's easier to take it away, but you decided to go to the hard way and try to make it work. Try to say, okay, how I make this, how I tweak this to make something more not original, but make something quite different. How I make it work. That's something I like, that you decided to keep it and try to work it in the story, not there because as a shock value. No, try to make it work in the story.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I decided to just make Yuri have cutting, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much all how inspired. So basically, Monica is inspired by like popularness and how it actually can become a detriment to somebody. Like, especially the biggest victim, in my opinion, to Monica. Do you know Dream? Like, Dream Minecraft? Yeah, he got too popular, and then like a lot of people hated him because he did let some of his like frame fall a little bit, and people just take the unusual out of it. Like, he's the biggest victim that I find, and he's not.
The fan base of Dream is just, most of them are just batshit crazy. But well, he's not exactly a good guy either. But that's story for another day.
Yeah, he's not on our topic recently, but I think Dream is a little overhated in my opinion, because after his apology, I pretty much believe everything what he said. It's a very well thought out apology video. actually.
Yeah, it's not like he. I sometimes, yeah, he's a shitty person if you ask me. What he tried to do to Nicolas Cantu was just bad. Trying to use that dirt on him was just bad.
Yeah.
But I at the same time, if you're gonna try to frame him for something, at least try to frame him for something real. Some accusations that were made against him are like, okay, let's not get up. Yeah, he's a shitty person. But if you wanna try to frame him for something that is outright illegal, like inappropriate things that I can't say right now because YouTube, Uh, yeah, at least try to keep it real, try to keep these accusations real. Not if you're gonna accuse him of something that bad, you better come up with good evidence because if it's not real, then why you are gonna do that? Just because you hate him, that's not a good. Just yeah, I hate him too, but that's not a good enough reason.
Yeah, I don't like the guy either, but like he's weird in my opinion. But like
Yeah.
it's just that he's a little too overhated. I think it's partially because of Twitter's fault, you know. It's all because of its fault.
When it's not
Yeah.
yeah, it's always Twitter's fault, right? Yeah,
Everything
that's
is
it.
just Twitter. Oh my god. We're probably gonna
Yeah.
talk about Twitter probably one day in the next podcast or something. But like yeah, like Monica is inspired by something like that. Zero is pretty much inspired by people's depressive thoughts every single day, or probably just depression in general. Natsuki is just inspired by bullies and abusive households, and also a part of my life being like being bullied and stuff like that. I don't have abusive parents or something, but like it's definitely being bullied a lot. And then after that, we have Yuri, which is taught by our obsessive disorder, something like that, and also like cutting, and also being talked behind people's back because that's probably the biggest one. But yeah, I guess that's just all basically how I wrote it. Okay. There is a few light-hearted things about Doki Doki Hibernation, like the side characters Mio, Izuki, and MC. I'm not gonna go deep into them because not a lot of people like positive stuff. But like, Mio is inspired by childhoodness, and I have the best childhood. I'm gonna say this right now. I have the best childhood I could ever imagine. Like my parents was just.
I was a rich kid when I was little. I was a rich kid.
Damn.
And now I'm realizing it.
How did that happen?
I mean, I'm grateful for everything I had in my life, but like in a conversation I had with my mom about the consoles I had when I was a kid, because I had a Nintendo DSi when in
Oh my
2006.
god. DSi the GOAT. Oh, I love DSi.
That was my canonical event, the Nintendo DSi. When I got that thing in my hands when I was like 4 years, it was a Christmas on my grandma's house in the capital of my country, Caracas. We went there. I think I have 4 or 5 years. I was 5 years old, I think, and I got that thing, and yeah, the rest is history. I got that DS, and it went through a lot of hands because I got it. Then I decided to give it to my cousin that he loved it. Then my cousin gave it to his younger brother, and his younger brother gave it to my younger brother. So I have it right there, right now.
I see. A lot
Yeah,
of generations passed. Just getting
yeah.
DSi. But yeah, dude, I really love DSi. My favorite game is still on DSi. It's probably gonna be Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. I've played that. I played that shit many hours, man. The Mario and Luigi.
Same here. One of my favorites. It's not my top one, but it's definitely in the top 5.
What is your favorite?
My favorite game? Ah, shit. We're definitely gonna have to do another episode of this podcast, expanding a little bit more on this. But my favorite, I think it has to be New Super Mario Bros.
I haven't played
Has to be
that.
that one.
Unfortunately,
The
I
New
haven't
Super
played
Mario
that.
Bros. It's just the best. For me, it was the beginning because I think that was the first game I ever played on the DS and the one I played the most.
Hmm.
And it's just, oh man, it's just the best.
Like, I also don't realize this, but I also played really girly games back then. Back then on my DS. I think I played like Sims, I guess, but I played as a female main character. I'm trying to find like the biggest dress. I think I was a cucko back then. I don't know why I decided to do that. But like, yeah, my top 3 favorite DS are like, freaking Mario, Mario, Luigi Partners in Time, and then after that it's probably gonna be oh god, I don't know if you heard this, but it's called Dinosaur King. I love that too.
Dinosaur King. It is based on an anime series.
Yeah, I think it is. It's like a rock paper scissors dinosaur game, and oh my god, it's so good. I love it. It's a cool.
Because I remember an anime that was here in Latin America. We had a channel called Jetix in which we watched the Fairly Odd Parents and Puka. Also, they also broadcasted that, and they broadcasted some animes. Like I think Dinosaur King was an anime, and I watched it when I was a kid, and I still remember to this day that running gag was that the 3 main villains, two of them were guys, and one of them was a woman. But there was a running gag with the women that they always referred to her as a grandma, as an old lady. And I never understood the joke because she looked like a 30-ish something woman, so I never understood why they call her old. She didn't look like she was old.
Why do you call her old?
I don't know. If you see pictures of her, you'll see that she didn't look old at all. She looked like an adult, of course, but old? No, no.
That makes sense. Oh goodness. Alright, but like, yeah, I guess that's just pretty much just to answer your question. Like, Mio and I haven't really talked deep into Mio and Izuki, but like they're just basically goofball characters. Like I wrote them, I guess I wrote them in also sympathetic way. You'll see in later chapters in Doki Doki Hibernation that they're a lot more than just dickheads. I mean, they're not dickheads to begin with. They're just good person that just lies between this hell of a school. But they're just one of the very few good people that there's actually in it. Mio and Izuki are like a character that I wrote fully lighthearted. Because I just don't really want to write a character that's just a little too tragic for all the side characters. And also the MC. I guess the MC, I tried to make him basic, but also have some kind of personality too. I made him the same exact formula as the DDLC one. Like, how anyone would react with someone had depression, Sayori. But like, I also tried to make him as as relatable as possible, as me as possible, especially. But he's not the big main character in the screen. Mostly it's just the 4 Dokis. I did have the option to make him, anyone you would call him, because like the MC has any name that you would call him, but he is not the main character, unfortunately. He's just there. You will see most POVs you're probably gonna get from him. So yeah, I guess that's just pretty much my thing. Also, probably a lot of people interested in this. Overseer and Kova, I've written purely from Iris fanfiction. Iris fanfiction mode activated. That's just where I actually got it from. The personality, everything, I got it from the Iris. I just don't really have any personal attachment to those characters. I love them, but they don't have any personal attachment. So yeah, I guess that's just that. And now to you, Adrian. I do have a question that actually bogs me in this entire time. It is not really Doki Doki Hibernation. I'm probably gonna ask the Doki Doki Hibernation again later, but probably gonna be mostly about a Twitter that you made, a Twitter post that you made. Okay, my mic just a little spiked up. Sorry about that. But like, you know about VivziePop, right? The one that created Has Been Hotels.
Here we go.
No, you exactly know where it's gonna go.
What kind of friend are you, man? What kind of friend are you? Putting me on the spot. Oh man.
It's fine.
Man, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going.
No. You stay there. Hey, don't go. You still have an episode to cast. But like, okay. So VivziePop, the one who created Has Been Hotels,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people recently really hated her for her cringe 13-year-old middle school writing. Of like adding fucking to everything. Making fucking thing, shit, blah 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 like that, right? So yeah. Apparently you're not. I don't really know anything about VivziePop. I haven't watched Has Been Hotels. I haven't watched anything related to VivziePop. But like it seems like it actually triggered you pretty well. What's your opinion about VivziePop in general? What do you think? And what do you think about the memes? I'm really interested to see your point.
Man, I think I said this quite a few times, but I guess I can always say it again. I think she has a ego problem. Yeah, we all can say that.
Yeah.
And she also has a problem of doubling down when she shouldn't, or just talking her ass off when she just don't know anything. She has quite an ego. She has quite the ego. I can recognize that perfectly. Everyone can say that. But the thing is that everyone tries to frame her as a narcissistic bitch. And that's when I draw the line, because I think everyone just blow everything she does out of proportion. She literally can't say anything. She can say she's happy because everyone's gonna be mad at her. She can say she's mad because everyone's gonna be mad at her. She can block anyone because they're gonna say she doesn't take criticism. And if she just ignores everyone and tries to say, I'm gonna continue with my life, the same. She can't take criticism, or she doesn't take it in count. It's just always there's always everyone tries to frame her as something negative. You know that Glitch X. You know about Glitch X thing. The Glitch X. Yeah, you heard about it?
No, I only know Glitch Production, the one that created the amazing Digital Circus.
Well, they did something called Glitch X, which was a live stream that brought together a lot of creators, not only from shows of that they made, like Liam Beakers, creator of Murder Drones, and Gooseworks, creator of Amazing Digital Circus. They also brought the Crazy Butler, creator of Daisy and VivziePop. They brought her, and they literally there were people seeing stuff that wasn't there, saying that there was a lot of tension, that it was uncomfortable, that the only one good there was Senor Pelo. Senor Pelo was there too, I forgot to say.
Damn.
And yeah, they were like mad but attacking her for literally being there. That was my breaking point. That was when I said, okay, I literally can't take anyone that hates VivziePop seriously, because this is just too much.
Yeah, like especially on Twitter, like there's just a lot of unnecessary hate. Like
yeah, I can get that sometimes her writing can be childish or just annoying, or that their show is not the best in the writing, but they're attacking her like she committed crimes, like she's a criminal, and that's something I just can't get behind. That's just way too much. In Glitch X, as I was saying, she was literally there, and people tried to dox her. I think they doxed her a second time, because it's not the first time it happens, just because she was there.
Oh wow, that's insane. Like,
yeah, I think I heard a lot of people, some being happy and some being incredibly surprised that this happened at all, because it was like, she's just there. Why?
Dude. Yeah, that's just the nature of Twitter. And also, I have to add a little bit of myself. That's probably also gonna happen to okay, I don't know if you heard this, but you probably know about Genshin Twitter, right?
Oh man, Genshin Twitter, I wish I didn't.
Oh goodness. Like, okay, we're probably gonna speak a little bit about controversy here in general. That's completely fine. It's probably gonna be more focused on Doki Doki Hibernation later, and probably Iris and DAGames. But like, Twitter in general, and it's not always gonna be like Genshin Twitter is generally it's just so freaking bad. Like, out of all the Twitter communities I've seen, Genshin Twitter is always gonna be like the worst in my opinion. Like, they're all just fictional characters, but they all treat them like they're actually real person. And when somebody actually hates them, especially when it comes to shipping, like, usually Genshin Twitter is just full of I'm not doxing this. I'm not doxing anyone. But like, I'm not saying this to offend anyone. They're completely fine. But like, the LGBT community in Genshin Twitter is just the worst I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, when you actually just, I mean, you've heard a few things about them, right? Yeah.
I did. Yeah, quite.
Yeah.
It can sound controversial to say that, but being LGBTQ, it's not an excuse for being an asshole. So, regardless of your sexual orientation, if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. Then nothing's gonna change that.
You speak, my brother. Oh my god, that's so true. Like, there's no excuse for being an asshole. Exactly what you said. But like,
Yes.
if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. So like, there's a lot of different things. Like, just the VivziePop just being there because it's docs. That's also happened to Genshin Twitter when you actually just created a ship straight art, typical straight Genshin art about, let's just say freaking Aether and Ayaka, the main character and one of my favorite characters, Ayaka. You're literally gonna get doxxed everywhere. Like, I've seen some people actually send death threats to a ship art. It's ridiculous.
Oh man, that's just way too much. That's just way too much.
It's ridiculous.
It's like man. It's hard because it's like the community is bad, and then Twitter just makes it worse, and that's the thing. Sometimes people get scared of playing this kind of games because the community is bad. Okay, I always can stay away from the community, but then again, Twitter demonizes absolutely everyone that plays Genshin Impact, to the point of calling them criminals just for playing that thing. And that's like, man, let's why don't we calm ourselves for a moment, because that's a very serious accusation you're doing there.
Yeah, like, oh my god, people labeled me so many, and this factors in Doki Doki Hibernation writing too, like labeling people. I played Genshin for 3 years right now, and a lot of people see me as a lifeless person. They see me as somebody who's just never touched grass, somebody who's just a pathetic human being, somebody who's just so unfortunate, like an unfortunate human being. Like, oh my dude, I'm fine. I'm just someone who plays the game for fun. I'm playing the game for meta. I give advice to people. Like, isn't just that hard to just let me enjoy the shit that I like?
Yeah, it checks out. It's like I was scared of playing Brawl Stars for a moment because the community is also demonized a lot, and I've been interacting with the community. I'm only seeing like good memes and fan art. The only bad things I've seen is some questionable fan art, but then nothing that makes me say, okay, I'm gonna stay away from this community forever. No, but I've seen on Twitter a lot of people just demonize the fan base. Like, well, Jesus, why I'm just playing this thing? Why you have to do that?
Yeah, that's like basically Genshin too. Like, there is a lot of talented people in Genshin. Like, if you just watch some of the Hoyo Fair videos, they are amazing. They create some of the most high quality stuff that fan-made ever made. Yeah, I don't know if it's including Doki Doki Hibernation to DDLC, but like, they're definitely big. Okay, they're definitely big. Their animations, their songs, it's so good. I've also listened to some of their fan-made songs. They're really good, and the arts are incredible. Like, Genshin community in general is just good, but like, the problem here is Twitter is just demonizing them and labeling them as a bad community. So that's why it's just really bad for Genshin to actually have that.
The case. It's like watching a fire and trying to extinguish it by throwing a can of gasoline.
Oh my
It's gonna
god,
blow.
true.
Yeah, yeah. That going back to VivziePop, yeah. But to answer your question, I think she's overhated way too much. Like she's called criminal, a narcissistic bitch. They're they're so entitled to hate her that they even when something they accuse her of something. I think was from for paying basically nothing to their animators. I think they tried to accuse her of that recently. That was proven false, and literally there were people that didn't care at all. They literally said, "I don't care if it's false or not." Like, then what? Then I really don't have anything to say to you because if you just don't care, then I really can't do anything.
Yeah, man, like Twitter should be just all 18 years old. Like, I'm gonna say this out right now. I mean, I guess all Twitter should at least fill with adults and not some of these really bad teenagers. Shit, they're so horrible. They're so annoying. They're not horrible, they're just really annoying. I just really don't like them. Thankfully, right now, it's at least died down a little bit, so like VivziePop can actually take a breather. And also the Genshin community no, they're not getting better anytime soon. Like, recently I've saw this post about a voice actor from one of the characters called Layla. And then she made a really harmless joke about a ship art that even the freaking creator doesn't care. But like these freaking little Westerners and a little bit of probably some Asians took that as an offense and they actually attacked the voice actor for it. It's like so pathetic. It's so beyond pathetic. I just hated it.
Man, that's just way too much.
Yeah, that's why.
In my country, well, not in my country. In Latin America, we have a term for that kind of people. We say espantaviejas, which in English is translated of oh man, how can I say it? Someone that that term is the way we refer to people that do this kind of stuff, that they just scare away the women.
Oh no!
Women scatter, something, women repeller, something like that.
Woman repeller.
I will use that term on those kind of people.
Yeah, I mean they should be. Like, honestly, in my opinion, I think I don't think you should ever, if you ever want to play Genshin. I don't know if your laptop or your phone is probably gonna be good, because my god, Genshin is so heavy right now. But like, it's just stay away from the community, I'll say, especially Twitter. And you can just enjoy how good the game is.
I tried to play it because my phone can run it. It's just that it's just so heavy. I don't have enough storage.
I don't either. That's why I'm only using it on my laptop. It's like 80 gigabytes right now on the laptop, so it's insane.
Man, going back to the questions, something I wanted to ask you. You already put me on the spot, so I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Oh god, yeah, okay. What are you gonna say?
I remember that this was one of your fears, and I think was last year. Why exactly you thought that Will, and I mean Will Ryan, was going to put the banning hammer on us? Why you thought he was gonna do that? I never thought. I don't personally think he did that. Guy. Why you thought he was gonna do that?
Okay, so I'm gonna say this out right now. It's probably gonna trigger a lot of people. Will is not a saint by any means. Like, you guys put him too much on a high regard. You guys put him too much like, oh, he is like, oh, this amazing creator of everything amazingness, and I still love the dude. Okay, I follow his work every single day. He's still one of my favorite YouTubers and everything. But like, the problem here is just that, okay, to answer your question, this is no offense to you, Adrian, too. This is no offense to you at all, too. But like, a lot of you guys, not including Adrian, especially on the DA server, you guys just put so much high regard on Will. Like, it's insane how much you guys put it.
Yeah. I'm also agreeing. He's not a saint. The thing is that I don't think he's. Some people try to paint him as someone evil or, again, narcissistic, egotistical. he's not a saint. We all know that. But he's human. That's the thing we all have to remember. He's not saint, but he's a human.
Yeah, and I respect you for that. But like, the thing here is about Will's stupid Iris IP that just made me so mad. And it's not mad; it's just made me so confused about it. Like, okay, I don't really have a way to actually check everything right now because my phone is being used as a camera. My laptop right now is being used as a recording things right now, so I can't really do that. But like, Will is Will had this IP where you can make fan fictions. That means I can't do Doki Doki Hibernation there. You can't post fan fictions there. You can't do a full song cover. You can't do an instrumental remake. And you can't do like a fan art interpretation of something. Like, it's so dumb. The only thing that you can do is short covers and just fan made lyric videos. That's it. That's the only thing that you can post in the DA server. So if we actually mention anything about Doki Doki Hibernation right now, we would not only get banned, but Will and a lot of his other, well, not Will actually, but like a lot of other people in the DA server would probably immediately come to me and say bad things about me. That's just the true nature of what's actually happening in the DA server right now because they're full of shit people. That's why I don't really go to DA server anymore because the DA community, in my opinion, is just, I try to stay away from it. There are amazing people. I'm not gonna get it wrong. Okay, there are a lot of amazing people. Like, I've been working on.
Yeah. Before we had, I think I can mention, if I can mention one person that was part of the community. No, I think it was back in the community. It's still on and off. There is my good friend Black Ryuke YT.
Oh yeah, Black Ryuk, yeah.
My good friend. He just one of the. I met him through DA for the DA Games fandom, and we're still being friends till this day.
Yeah, Ryu actually messaged me a few times too. He's just a good person. He's just a good person. But,
I talk to him almost every day. He's just the best.
I see. That's good then. But like, yeah, going back to it, like there is a lot of really bad people in the community, and I don't really want to interact with them. There, the fan made lyric videos people that is on the DA community is awesome. We have Milo, we have Nate, we have Maxwell, especially Maxwell. In my opinion, is the goat, man. Maxwell is the absolute goat. And then we have other people too, like the one I'm currently working on a Know Your Place fan made lyric video with Trooper. Troop is also an amazing person, but like, dude, there is also really bad people in it, and so especially if Will does not approve of our project, he'll probably first just kick us. Not saying that he's gonna kick us directly. No, he's probably gonna ask the mods to do it. But like, he's probably gonna kick us. They're probably gonna ban us. Will's probably gonna have to put so many IPs, so many restrictions to my work, especially. So that's why I never want to mention any Doki Doki Hibernation to the DA server. I'm keeping this as vigilant as possible, and only to the DDMC community. My goal with Doki Doki Hibernation is always gonna be number one, to show my writing, to just show how proud I am, but also the second one is always being to show how good of an IP Iris is actually, because Iris is just so good. That's why I decided to, let's just make a mod that will probably spread the word, and it did. A lot of people actually start to take interest in Iris, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that mission almost accomplished because the mod's it's not completed, but at least people got interested in Iris because of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I knew I knew that he wasn't fond of it. He's very stated a lot of time that he's not exactly fond of a lot of fan works reinterpreting the Iris story. But I thought he got over it. I thought there was a point where he thought, I'm not exactly fond of it, but I'm not gonna just kill every project that I just don't like. I didn't know he was exactly that aggressive with the IP. I don't know if he still is.
Yeah.
I remember you asking for it. That what about fan works like covers or other ban games maybe, and he said that I think he said he always pushes for originality, but he's not gonna go there and ask you to stop just because he doesn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like he said that before, but like the problem here still stands that I mean, I think the reason why he actually said some of these stupid IPs is because Iris is just so precious to him. Iris is just very important to him, especially. So that's why he decided to just Iris is very important to him. It is okay. Hold on. There is a problem here with my camera. I don't know if it's actually good. I'm hoping it's good. The battery is blinking. I can cut this part out, but like it's not looking very good. But hopefully it's just gonna stay like that. Okay. So anyways, back to what I'm saying. Iris is just very important to Will. That's probably the reason why he had put so many restrictions to it. But the problem here, he also had some covers back then. Back then, like 2015, 2016, he also had some covers to him. Like he had covers at some original songs too. And like that's weird in my opinion. And especially for one of our mods, Luma said it's very weird. So that's why I just, kind of question it why he actually did it first time. But I understand, but also don't at the same time.
Yeah, I understand some of the points because it's very, very precious to him. And I'm pretty sure that the time when he said that he didn't want this kind of stuff was at a time when he just didn't know what to do with Iris. It was just a point where he just, I think it was during the process of Dawn of the Demetrius, I think, when he was just mentally blocked with Iris and he just didn't know absolutely nothing. He just didn't know what to do, but he didn't want people to tell him what to do. It was a bad time for him.
Yeah.
I when he said that he's not fond of some fan creation, but at the same time he's not gonna go there and just ask people to stop everything because he doesn't like it. I think we should be not that scared. I think we shouldn't be that scared of the thought of him just asking us to fully stop this thing. I don't think he's that kind of guy, but well, you're right about something. He's not a saint, so we don't know what will happen.
Okay, so
I still admire and respect the hell out of the guy. I still admire and respect the hell out of the guy, but yeah, he's a human, so he can make mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. Like my problem here with it's not like, oh my god, my phone is so hot. Anyways, don't worry, I still have a little bit of time. But like, the problem here is just not that it's not Will himself, it's the community, man. Like Will, let's just say that the community, if Will doesn't like something, the community also follows him. It's like an echo chamber. Like, oh, Doki Doki Hibernation, bleh, it's weird, I don't like it, just get it out of my sight.
The guy tries to keep the community as good as he can, but it's just impossible at this point it's just impossible at this point. There's a lot of people that it's an echo chamber. Even if he doesn't want an echo chamber, he has one.
Yeah, unfortunately that's what happened recently. It's like oh goodness, like he doesn't like Doki Doki Hibernation. He's not gonna stop it. I don't think he's gonna stop it. But like the community will eventually try to get me and say, hey, Will doesn't like your project, so why don't you just stop it? Like it's the most infuriating thing that's probably gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen either way if it's gonna be mentioned. So that's why I just try to keep this project completely vigilant to the Iris community.
Yeah, let's keep it that way until it's out there. When it's out there, it's eventually gonna happen. I'm pretty sure of it, because when it's out there, someone's gonna find it.
Yeah, so we're just gonna hope.
Gonna find it. I'm sure of it. But let's just keep it that way until it's fully done.
Yeah, that's exactly my plan here, especially for that one. I guess is that should answer your question.
Oh yeah, it definitely answers it. I thought the answer was gonna be that he didn't like Doki Doki Return to Club, because I think he didn't like it.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so I guess this is my time to actually ask you questions. I guess this is mostly about Doki Doki Hibernation again.
What?
This is gonna be a very deep topic. It's not like I want to bring it out because it brings me back memories, but I also want your opinion about it. So, you know Void,
Go
right?
ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Void. All right. So like I said, it's a very deep topic. I don't really want to dive this because it just released so much trauma. But I feel like I want to know your opinion as well. So, you know about Void, right? That one of our official artists, our only official artist. She quits. And then she make remarks about the server and everything, putting us all back into a bad light back then. So, what are your opinions about her?
I actually missed that completely. I actually didn't knew. I don't know anything about that thing. I just know that she was a cool girl. I thought she was cool. And she's talented. And I wanted to ask her what happened, because I just noticed at some point that just wasn't there anymore, and I'm like, hey, where's her? Because I'm not active in the server that much, and I was like, hey, where's Void? I wanted to ask her personally, hey, what happened? Are you okay? And then I found out that she blocked me, so I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, what the hell happened? I didn't know
Um,
what the hell happened. I didn't wanted to ask you because it was a sensible topic for you, so I said maybe I shouldn't know.
Yeah, it's so bad. Like, Void's disappearance leave me in such a broken state. I remember I was probably like at one of my lowest points at my life back then. It's not one of the lowest points of my life, but like when it comes to this project, that's definitely the lowest points I've ever had. Like, okay, the reason why Void leaves is still a mystery for me. I still don't understand why she leaves. I remember her making remarks about us making joke about her boobs. I believe it was just that.
What?
I think that's it. And also the reason that I don't really have a credit card back then, so I can't really pay her, and my parents won't allow me to do that all as well. So that's also probably the reason why I can't. This is why she left too. But also I think the other one is just that there is this really annoying person. You know, Ian, right? I don't know if you know Ian, but like he's one of the few people on the server back then. He was the Winter Society. You know him?
I know him. It could something. He just suddenly disappeared. I was actually working with him on something.
Oh damn! Like yeah, he make remarks about having R34 of Nilo in Genshin, and then like Void definitely got too uncomfortable, so she decided to just left. But I don't really. If my in my yeah.
The thing is that you can like whatever you can like. I'm not gonna king shame anyone, but the thing is, why'd you have to bring that up? Who cares?
Yeah, like I don't know why Ian decided to bring that up. Like,
I don't know why the hell he did that. Why the hell you say that? Nobody cares. Nobody asked it. Nobody cares. This server is not about that to begin with.
yeah, Ian is just a weird person. Like, no, I did work on him back then on Draw the Line learning video, and I regretted it immediately once I actually knew what he was actually up to. So I decided to just not actually talk about it anymore.
I was working with him on I think it was a visual novel. He wanted me to be a voice actor because he saw my work here. And he wanted me to be a voice actor. I immediately accepted because I felt honored. I'm starting. I had to take any job I can. But then the server of the project just disappeared, and he also disappeared. And I said, "Oh, but well, I guess it's canceled."
Yeah, he also like decided to put me in a bad light once I actually finished. Like, he decided to mention he had the balls to actually mention about the server. Like, okay, I was in the Doki Doki Hibernation server and blah 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 blah, and like, dude, a lot of people came after me back then, and not only Void left, but Ian made some of his some of his followers, some of his questions actually came to me and say, why didn't you ban him? Why didn't you blah 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 blah? You're a stupid freaking mother. It's so bad. Like at that point back then, it was such a horrible time. I had a mental breakdown once in school, and I do.
I think I remember you said you were going to leave the server for a moment, and I was actually
Yeah,
worried.
it worked.
Completely lost.
Yeah, you know the only one who actually supported me back then, it was Luma, and I guess the entire
Yeah.
server too, and I guess you too. I did remember you actually talk about it, and I appreciated you for that. That was actually
Yeah, I didn't knew what was happening, but I knew something bad, really bad happened. So I only could say, well, you have my support. I didn't want to ask you, but now I know everything. It's like, man, it was.
I think
Man,
Void left for a really petty reason, but like, dude, it still hurts, you know. Good thing Luma, the only person that is still pretty much on right now on Doki Doki Hibernation is pretty much Luma, and like the only faithful person I've ever seen is probably V, you know, the original coder, Luma, and you. I think the only, like, the most faithful one, I think out of all, is definitely you three. You three are definitely like the most faithful one out of all of the members that we've had. So it's pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean, Boyd can. I'm not gonna judge Boyd for leaving. I think she also mentioned something about feeling uncomfortable because we were old men and we were
Yeah,
all. You say the youngest. I think she was 17. She was. I think she was.
she was like
She and
15,
me were the.
16. She was very
She was.
young.
I think she was 16 and I was 17. I think we are one. No, I think we're like 2 or 3 years
2 years.
apart.
I think 2 years. Yeah. She's a year younger than me.
Yeah, I thought it was the youngest because I was 17 when I joined, and I thought, man, I think I'm the youngest. But then I saw that she was 15. I'm like, damn, 15, and she is talented to work on something like this, man. But yeah, I think I think about that had something to do that she felt just uncomfortable being around this many people, and she has her problem. She had her problems too. I don't want
Yeah.
to divulge into that because that's just way too personal. I'm not that kind of person, but she had her problems. So yeah, I think stepping away was something that maybe she needed.
Yeah,
Maybe she
that's
needed. Maybe yes, maybe not. The only time will tell. But I really want to speak to her sometime because I really think she's a nice person.
I do
Well,
think
the few
too.
interactions we had were actually nice. So man, maybe one day we'll talk again.
Unfortunately, I don't think she'll ever probably gonna reach that point. But we'll see probably in the future once we actually release the mod. Because I'd love to, like, you know, at least give her a copy of the mod, even if she actually blocked me. And he even blocked the Twitter too, I guess. Like, I don't know, man. Like, thank God I'm still prevailing. At that point, it's also the point where I actually nearly want to what's it called again, to cancel the mod.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember that time.
Oh,
I was like, I thought you were actually gonna do it.
how many times do I actually have to tell you that I nearly have to cancel the mod for the sake of my own sanity? Thankfully,
I think.
it's not twice. It's a lot more than that. I'd say close to 10 times.
Man, that's a lot more. I only remember twice because I'm not active in the server that much, so maybe I missed those. But there's only two that I recall that were at the times that I thought you were actually gonna just pull the trigger and cancel the whole thing.
Yeah, like we've come this far. Like I only remember two. It's also because I also made a public announcement of me taking a break twice. But like the problem here is that we've already come so far. We've already come this far, and I don't really want to back down anymore. But like
Yeah,
this project, I love it to bits, but it's taking everything out of my body to actually to continue. Like honestly, I'm gonna say this. I hope it doesn't offend you. If I actually would go back in time, I probably wouldn't make this. I probably wouldn't.
well worth it at the end. But
Yeah, it's. I guess it was worth it at the end, but in my opinion, if I actually would go back in time, I probably just wouldn't continue. I probably wouldn't even think of actually making a mod like this. But at the end of the day, hey, we already started. I already made that announcement. the devil's whatever the frick that is, the devil's contract already made. So to go hell with it, I'm just gonna make the mod.
Yeah, let's just end it. But trust me, if there's one thing that at least makes it worth it, is that thanks to this, I got to meet you, and you gave me my first opportunity as a voice actor. So for me at least, that it's that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if it without this project, I wouldn't meet so many wonderful people. I'm gonna say that right now. Even Void, like a lot. I treasure the memories with you guys, so that's why I decided to.
Same here. I treasure the memories too. The stuff we did, like live reacting to the mod. Doing that live reaction to the download of the Matrix when it came out, and that was magical for me. That was the first time I did something like that. That was magical.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weirdly a really successful video, but like,
yeah.
I'm glad that some of you guys actually get to it. I remember back then when I was trying to go to Dawn of the Matrix Reaction, I actually had to go for family stuff. It was actually going to I haven't talked about this, but it was actually going to my grandma's grave to, to give her the respect that she needs, because every grandma needs that, I guess. I don't know how to say it. Anyways, yeah, so that's to answer my question. That's supposed to be my question. So
right.
It's probably gonna be your turn. It's gonna be your turn, your last turn to do this.
My last turn.
Yeah.
All right. Let me think. I want to ask you something not simple, but man, let me remember. I had it noted. I really asked about Will, the inspiration, and well, do you have any other projects besides this one and the fan made lyric videos?
Okay.
Because you have a lot of talent. So do you have any other kind of project besides those stuff?
Okay. So first of all, thank you. I appreciate your compliment. The second one, it's this one right here, this podcast. So I am currently, I don't know, I will probably announce it, but this is a part of my own project. This is a personal project. It's called Crafted Brother 05 Legacy. It is a podcast episode about me and also interviewing other people, also like having a podcast with other people, but also remakes of some of my old music videos. You see those Instruments of Cyanide music video, you see those Trinity music videos that I've made 4 or 5 years ago. I am remaking that, especially with Heart of an Artist. Man. Yeah, that's gonna be very fun. And also, since I also upgraded to CapCut Pro, I have a lot more options to go for.
I think you made some of them like with themed around what's the cartoon? I think I didn't make them themed around not around Doki Doki Turtle. You will make those old lyric videos themed around other cartoon. What was it?
It was Star Forces: The Force of Evil 2. Yeah, we can probably talk about it later because I have a lot of things to say about it.
I know a lot of things to say too. You actually convinced me to watch it.
Yeah, it was me. It was me. It's a good show, but like, yeah, I guess the ending was a little bit weird. But like, we can probably talk about that later.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, man, remaking stuff, man.
Remaking, yeah, like Trinity is a Frozen music video, and then Instruments of Cyanide, which is a Star Force of Evil music video. I also have a Lion King video.
That was a real experimental phase of your channel.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the very first monumental. I think the first one that actually had a big momentum. It was both the Hibernation music video for Doki Doki Hibernation, and it was the I'll Find My Way music video, and also the Mata Hive one. There's a lot of ones, but Hibernation, Doki Doki Hibernation is definitely my most monumental thing I've ever done. But like, yeah,
if you the subreddit, did you say the subreddit of DDLC are talking about it? Because if that's it, I have to go right away.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I let me just say a few things about Crafted Brother 05 Legacy 2. So, of course, it is a project of my own. It is different than Takagi's anthology. I know you probably heard about Takagi's anthology, but I canceled it. Yeah, because it was a boring project. Nobody had any interest. Void was supposed to be in it too, but like the problem here is just that I just don't like Takagi-san anymore. So I just like, yeah, you know what? Nah, stop. I just don't want to continue anymore.
Man, you were big. You were all about that thing. You were all about that thing a few months ago. It just died, the hype died down, I guess.
Oh yeah, I canceled that project. Done. It's not going back anymore. But that's actually the very first one that I feel relief actually after canceling that project, so I don't actually have to work a lot of things. All right. So and then of course, this is also a part of Craft Rebirth 05 Legacy, a podcast. I don't think this is gonna go as popular as some of the remix one, but definitely, it's gonna be here. It's still gonna be here. So I guess that's everything for this podcast. So yeah, guys, that is a wrap for this podcast. Do you have a few things you want to say, Adrian?
First of all, thanks for having me. Thanks for having me as your first guest. That's I really appreciate something like that. Something that the stuff you say about me, like you, despite that my microphone is it's not the best, nor the conditions I am for right now for the recording, or the audio quality is the best. You say that my performance is the thing that made you say, oh man, I have to have this guy. He's a voice actor. He's a voice actor I need, or something like that. Man, that's something. You make me blush.
Oh no, dude, no, you're good, man. You're good. No, I'm actually really glad to have you too.
Other things, this project is amazing. It's literally two things I love combined in one, and it's amazing. I really love how everything has been going. Not everything has been perfect, but I'm really gonna treasure the good memories. I'm gonna treasure them forever, and I feel good. This felt good. It really felt good.
I'm glad, man. I'm so glad.
Oh, I can say just for the ones who are watching this, stay tuned, because I'm not the only one. There's gonna be more.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot more. So, yeah, I guess that's everything, guys. This is gonna be the end of this podcast. There is a lot of things that we need to do. We're probably gonna do more with Adrian in the future, but for the next guest, hopefully it's not just Adrian. So, yeah, I guess yeah.
Can I say my outro, because I do prepare an outro for not for this, but in my channel I don't upload a video since I think 3 years ago, but I always use a personal outro. Can I say it here?
Oh yeah, of course. Before I say a few things to my audience, so yeah, of course. Check out Doki Doki Hibernation too. It's always gonna be a link in the description down below. Also check out some of Craft Rebirth 05 Legacy stuff that I'm currently working on. It's gonna be also in description down below. So also check out Adrian. He has his own Twitter. He also has his own channel, has his own other stuff like that. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. And go ahead and say the outro, Adrian.
You already have him for like if you like it, dislike obviously. If you're not, subscribe and hit that little notification bell if you want to be alerted when this guy right here, this Asian boy right here, uploads new content. Check out check out our personal Twitter accounts if you want to keep update with news and updates about said content, or if you just want to see the stupid stuff we like to post there. Obviously, if you want to keep on date with Doki Doki Hibernation, check the Twitter account. We also like to post updates, news, or stupid stuff. But the thing is, you will never know who posts them. It could be Crafted, it could be me, it could be anyone who posts that thing. That's a little game we like to play. Guess who posted that shit?
That's true.
I'm Adrian, and this was wonderful, and I really hope to see you in another occasion.
All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.